Gold finally reacting at 4,400. What a bull run. What a bull run. Okay. And with a very strong pullback. A very strong pullback on Friday. This could be the pullback we have been waiting for. Let's break down the zone for the coming week. All right. Welcome back to Snipe Trading. In this week's gold analysis, we will combine BBMA and engulfing zone concepts to pinpoint where gold could head to. Okay, so I'm going to start my analysis. I'm just going to do a weekly analysis on what we should be expecting for this week, precisely for this week, or probably from Monday. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use. BBMA concept and engulfing concept. That's what I trade. Those are the two concepts. I combine them together and I trade them. Yes, I also add my key levels because key levels are very important. Okay, so I add my key levels for my targeting and knowing where price is likely going to react. Okay, all right, so we are on a candlestick. As we can see, gold had a bullish run for the week, and the bullish run started in, see, when it started in August, when it broke out, and it started running since in August. Gold has been in a strong bullish run since late August, forming a consistent higher high. It's forming a consistent higher high and higher lows. Very consistent higher highs and higher lows. Let me draw it again. Very consistent higher highs and higher lows. Gold has been going up for a while, since late August. Okay, recently price has reached a key resistance. It has reached this key resistance zone of 4,370 to 4,400, and then it has this pullback, this large pullback we are seeing here. It has this large pullback which appears like an engulfing, but it's not. It has not yet engulfed. Okay, and so this signal a temporary exhaustion. Okay, so is this the pullback we are actually waiting for? Okay, is this the pullback traders are actually waiting for? Is this the pullback we are waiting for? All right, let's dive into the video and start the weekly analysis. Okay, if you are new to this channel, kindly click the like button, subscribe, and follow for more information. Okay, all right, so the first thing I usually do, I go to my line chart with marker to draw my key levels. That's the first thing. The direction is still a buy. This is just a pullback, like I said, to mark my key levels. So I'm just going to mark it around the nearest place that is closer. These are my key levels for the week. I'm marking it now. All right, I love to use Easy Market for my analysis because Easy Market gives a proper gold analysis for me. It gives me a proper gold analysis. So first of all, that's the first thing I do. I mark my key levels. Then I go back to candlestick. You see what happened? This key level had formed previously. See what happened? Price came, rejected exactly at this point, and also rejected here and closed above the two of them. Okay, that's why if you have not watched my video on key levels, I will advise you go and watch that video. Go and watch my video on key levels so that you understand how I explained it and how to draw these key levels and why, what you should look out for when price comes towards this key level. Then watch the second video, how you should take your entry from the key levels. The key levels are not targets. Sorry, the key levels are not for entry, though you can actually use them for entry if you understand the game. They are basically for targeting. That's what they are. They are basically for targeting. If price breaks here, it will come here. If it breaks here, it will come here. If it breaks here, it will come to this zone. That's just what it is. Okay, so it gives me an idea of the range at which market is going to go to for that day or for that period. Okay, so that's what I use as my key levels. It gives me an idea of where price is likely going to head to once price gets to that level. And the only two things are, like I said, is either it will break it or it will reject it. Those are the only two things to look out for at a key level. Okay, so the next thing, I'll go to my 4 hours. After I've drawn my key level, I go to my 4 hours and then I look for an engulfing candle. As you can see, my 4 hours here has printed an engulfing candle. Go back and watch the video. So now my 4 hours has printed an engulfing candle on this easy market. But I can tell you that if you check your own broker, you will not see the same thing. If you check your own broker, if you are not using easy market, check your own broker, you may not see the same thing. If you check other brokers, you may not see the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to do another video on the secret of why you may not see the same data on those brokers using 4 hours time frame. And if you want me to do that, I will say, kindly comment on it. Kindly comment, tell me, I want you to make a video on why the brokers have different data on 4 hours, and I'm going to do a video on it. But if I don't get comments, I'm not going to do that. But that's the major secret. Okay, so now I have my 4 hours engulfing candle, which technically tells me that the direction has changed to a buy. The direction has changed to a buy. So I'm going to also draw my engulfing level from here to here. This is my engulfing level for a sell, and this is the one for a buy. Now I'm not going to go into details of what engulfing levels are, how to explain them. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry. If you want me to make videos on it, kindly comment. I need videos on engulfing, and I will do a different videos on engulfing. I'll start from the beginning and I will explain engulfing concept. It's not the same way with engulfing candlestick pattern. It's not the same thing. Okay, it's not the same thing. So now I have drawn my engulfing sell and this is my engulfing back. So gold moves from 4 hours engulfing buy to 4 hours engulfing sell. That's how gold moves. So there's a high probability that this market is going to move towards this zone. Okay, there's a high probability that it's going to move towards this zone. Okay, so what's the next step? I go down to my 30-minute time frame. Now on my 30 minutes, I have to confirm my entries. As you can see, 30 minutes has also created its own engulfing buy here, which market came back and retested, and has also created an engulfing fell here. That's fell here. That's also created an engulfing fell here, and so price is now trading above it. So there is a high probability that price is going to come here. Okay, now to my 5 minutes, I'm also looking at it as well. There's a high probability that price is going to come to this place, this here, to that 4 hours engulfing zone, because it has printed a 4 hours engulfing buy on this candle. So it's just a probability. I am not saying that I'm saying it may go there. Okay, but the probability of it going there is high. However, if you check other brokers, you may not see the same data. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to also do analysis with other broker, with maybe Rwanda, so that you see that it's not going to show me the same data. Meaning they are not, if I was only trading with easy market, this is what I'm seeing and this is what I'm going to follow. But if I was using Oanda or 8 cap, I'm going to see something different. Let me show you, so that let me show you. It's 4 hours time frame. It's 4 hours. Now on 4 hours here, this is vintage, this is 8 cap, this is my 8 cap, this is my 8 cap. You can see that there is no engulfing here. That's the truth. So if I'm going to analyze this, it's going to be different from what I'm seeing on that easy market. It's going to be a different story entirely. Okay, but that's not what I'm going to do now. I'm only going to analyze my 8 cap or easy market. I mean, this is the only, because the data here has proven to be more accurate than the rest. So I'll only analyze on this place, but at the same time I'll be looking at what the other brokers are doing, because that's where the manipulation comes in. That's this, what I'm telling you is what a lot of people will not tell you. That's where the manipulation comes in. If others do not print, this might not play. Okay, so but for now I'm just going to look at this and analyze based on what I'm seeing here, because you read the chart based on what you see. Okay, it's not how you feel, it is just what you see. So I'll go back to 30 minutes or 5 minutes, I mean, and then I'll look for my entry for a pullback. Let's see if it's gonna pull back maybe around here. It has an engulfing fail, it has an engulfing buy around here, it has an engulfing buy around here, also has an engulfing fail. So the entries is determined by what I'm going to see. It's either I'll enter here for a buy, or I'll wait for price to come here. I'll enter here for a buy, or I'll still wait for it to maybe might come and retest here. I'll enter here for a buy. So it depends on what happens when the market opens. But I am anticipating that price is going to move from here to here first, probably before coming down. That's my anticipation. It's going to move up first before coming down. Okay, so now I'm going to add my BBM to look for confluence with the engulfing zones. So this is my BBM. If you want me to make videos on this BBM, I can do that, but I need you to comment. Please do videos on BBM, and I will start from the beginning. I'll make videos one by one explaining how they work. Okay, so I'll go to my daily time frame. I'll go to the daily. First of all, I go to the daily. What am I seeing on my BBM? What am I seeing here? Okay, now the daily has a re-entry here, a re-entry buy here, because we have CSM buy. So the daily will have a re-entry buy at this zone. Daily will have a re-entry buy at this zone, at my daily re-entry buy at that zone. So we call it daily re-entry buy at that zone. But for you to buy here, you will have to wait for you will have to wait for confirmation before you take that buy, because there's a higher probability that price is likely going to come here. There's a very high, because there's nothing here to hold price except maybe 4 hours does. So we'll go down to 4 hours time frame, and we can see here that we'll wait for 4 hours extreme. Market is actually being attracted to this place. So there's also a high probability that market can also come down based on BBMA. Market can also come down to this place. If market opens, can also come down to this place and print an extreme here on 4 hours, probably go down below, and then before going up, coming up again to this place, doing something like this and going up, because the direction is still a buy. That's it. The direction is actually still a buy. So there's a high probability that markets can come back here. Markets can also come to this place, this mid BB on the daily. Market can also come to that mid BB on the daily. But what will make markets to come to the mid BB on the daily? If this daily re-entry fails, if this one fails, if the daily candle closes below this place, market is going to come here. That's how it works. Okay, then we go to 1 hour. We go to 1 hour. On 1 hour, we'll be looking out for an MLV, meaning that 1 hour will have to print an extreme A, and then turn down to have to print an extreme A somewhere here. Extreme A, it means the my 5 and either my 5 on my and my 10 will come out of the Bollinger Band, or just the my 5 will come out of the Bollinger Band. We don't have that yet. Let me zoom out and check if it's already printing. Let me zoom out and check if, oh, we already have it. The my 5 is out. So right now we already have extreme on 1 hour. So we should be anticipating a MLV. Okay, so this could be an MLV. We don't know yet, because we don't know if market will reject here. This is 1 hour rejection on one. This is 1 hour 1 hour re-entry, CSK re-entry. So market can come here and reject, or will I call it CSK? No, this is 1 hour CSM re-entry sell. This is 1 hour CSM re-entry sell. So market can also reject here and then come down. We don't know that yet until we have to observe the market. We have to monitor and observe the market. It can also come here, rejects here, and then come down based on BBMA, based on what BBMA is saying. It can also come here. Why will it come down? All you just need is to follow the code. Look for confirmation. If price comes to this 15 minutes and print X, this is 15 minutes extreme. So if price comes here and there is a rejection at this place, if there is a rejection at this place, then you go to 5 minutes, and 5 minutes prints a CSK sell. What is a CSK sell? It means that after price has come into this zone and there is a rejection, price now comes back and close below the mid BB, comes back close below the mid BB, or sell down to this low BB, and then go back and retest the my high 5 and 10. That is when you know that resell and does not follow, because it has to come down for it to be valid. It has to come down to this low. Okay, it has to come down for it. If it comes here and reject, it is not, that sell is not valid. It has to come down here and reject for it to be valid. It has to come down here to the low BB, meaning it has to break the mid BB. It has to break EMA 50 and come down here. It has to. That is when that CSK 5 re-entry sell will play. If it comes and rejects only here, if it comes back and reject only here, that CSK 5, that's a re-entry for H1 is not going to play. It's going to fail. It's actually going to fail if it comes back. And so those are the things you look out for before you make a decision. Okay, those are the things you are going to look out for before making a lot of decisions. So for me, that's what I'm going to look out for before I would look for either a buy or a sell, because there are a lot of signals. There are a whole lot of signals. This is 1 hour re-entry sell, which can happen, which may not happen. We don't know. But if it fails, it's probably because 1 hour has printed a bullish engulfing. If it doesn't play, it means because of this 1 hour has printed a bullish engulfing. That's it. But 1 hour has not gone above this mid BB. Sorry, above this EMA 50 for it to really turn back to be bullish, it has to go above this. It has to come above this mid BB. Then 1 hour will become bullish again. So for now, we may still be looking for sales here as well. We may still be looking for sales here as well and targeting this low, this daily re-entry level, which is here. Okay, but you have to monitor. You have to monitor everything, because if you look at here, we have drop base drop. So there is a supply here. There is a supply here on 1 hour. That's the supply zone here. So, and which has confluence with this EMA 50 and this my high 5 and 10. So like I said, you have to wait for the confirmation before you take the sell down. Okay, you have to wait for the confirmation before you take the sell. So for me, I'm going to monitor the trade and then wait for confirmation before taking my sell if market is going to sell. So, but if market breaks through here, if it breaks through here, then there's a high probability that market is going to come here. You know, this trading is based on probability. Nothing is certain. The only thing you look out for is confirmations. If you don't see those confirmations, you don't take your trade. So you wait for those confirmations. That's the only thing you're going to look out for. So like I said, there's still a high probability that market can sell around here, or it can break through it. Okay, so but look out for confirmation. But for me, if it doesn't fail here, I'm going to look for a buy once it comes back. If it comes here and doesn't fail, let's say it prints a bullish engulfing candle, breaks here, I'm going to look for a buy once it retests the engulfing zone here, and then I'll target this place. That's it. I'll target this place as my TP. I'll target the next zone as my TP. So that's my analysis. But if it fails here, if it comes here and reject, if it comes here and rejects, then I'm going to look for a sell down to this zone. This is where I will now look for a buy and target the upper zone back, because the direction is still bullish. Gold direction is still bullish. It hasn't turned bearish yet. It's just a pullback we are having. It's still bullish. It hasn't turned bearish yet. Okay, so is it that gold is coming for daily re-entry here, or is going to go for a weekly re-entry? Weekly re-entry is down here, or monthly re-entry. But we watch out and see what the candle has to offer us. We watch out, see what the candle has to offer. We make our decision based on what the market offers us. Okay, so for now, that's my analysis for the week. That's my analysis for a week. Gold has been in a very strong zone. Okay, and then let me also look at 4 hours apart from 1 hour. Now if it fails, if that 1 hour fails, let me continue now. If that 1 hour fails, based on BBMA, market is going to move to this re-entry, 4 hours re-entry here, which is around here. My high 5 and 10 price will move here. Why? Because 4 hours has printed an early CSK sell already. Price has closed below my low 5 and 10, so which makes it an early CSK sell. So price might come here and then continue selling down to this place. Might come here, so that will now show us that there is a strong reversal, and which now has confluence with the engulfing sell zone. But before you take entries here, please, you have to do your confirmations. You don't just wait when price comes here, you take entries. No, you have to do your confirmations. You have to make sure you do your confirmations before you take your entry at that position. Okay, so the bias for the week is the short-term bearish retracement, while there's still a long-term the long term remains bullish. Okay, the long term actually remains bullish. So price is likely to sell down to this zone also. Price is also likely to sell down to this zone of 4,000, because this is still a key level. Like I said, if it breaks this key level, it's going to come here. So even if this place is a daily re-entry buy zone, it can wick down. You know the way gold is, it can wick down to this place and then move up and close here. So if there is a wick down to this place, then price moves up and close here, then that's a high probability that it's going to go back up. Okay, that's a very high probability that price is going to go back up. Okay, so the price is far extended above the mid BBL and my 5 high, suggesting the CSM extreme buy condition. Okay, so we could see a pullback. To this mid BB, on the daily. We could also see a pullback to this mid BB on the daily. We don't know, but it's a possibility that we could see a pullback to that place on the daily. We don't know, but we only react based on what all the zones we have marked, and then if price gets to those zones, we will now decide based on the entry that we have made. That's when we'll now decide. We'll decide based on the entries that we have made. Okay, so my plan is simple. If price retests this 4,350 and form another bearish engulfing, let me go to 4 hours. If price retests this place, 4,350, this zone, 4,350 inside, which is inside this zone. If there is a retest here inside this zone and form a bearish engulfing candle, I'll be looking to short it, and I'll short it down to 4,100. I'll short it down to this place, 4,100. That's what I'll do. Okay, so if price now finds support around here, because this is where the support is, if price now finds support around here, I'll switch to a buy, and then I'll long it because the direction is still a buy. I'll long it towards the upper part again. I'll long it from here to this place again. Okay, that's my forecast for the week. Okay, that's my goal forecast for the week. A perfect blend of engulfing and BBMA flow. Okay, if you found this helpful, like this video, drop a comment with your bias, and subscribe for more smart weekly breakdown. Okay, thank you for watching and have a nice day.